If you could vote in the American election, who would you vote for?
Obama.
And why would you?
Well, he took over with a heck of a mess, so he's on his way to try to straighten it out. I hope he succeeds. Romney just seems to be coming in promising the world. Like we've had a premier here in Ontario that promises a lot too, but we didn't get too far.
Right. And as far as being Democrats or Republicans and conservative and liberal, does that have a factor in that too? Like,
no, not really.
No. It's just on the man and his policies. If you were an American, who would you vote for?
I would vote for Obama. Yeah, I'd vote for Obama.
Obama.
3 for 3.
And why? What is the consensus in this group? Why would you want Obama to win?
Well, I think because he seems like a down-to-earth person. He seems like he wants things for the everyday people who are working. He'll create more jobs. He's trying to get out of debt. Like, I understand, like, it's not going to take too, like, it's going to take a long time. It's not going to happen overnight, and I think that's what a lot of people are expecting with Romney. I think that President Romney support not having gay marriage.
I think so, and there's a whole bunch of other policies.
I think that gay marriage is right, and that it should be able to happen, and I think that's not right. And I think a lot of the things that Romney has said in a lot of the election campaigns are just, he's really smug, and doesn't seem like he'd be a good representation for America.
What if he did win? It's very close. Are you surprised that it's as close as it is?
I am.
I think it's because the Bible Belt is why it's so close.
You think that's why?
I also think too because he wants to get the mining. Like, I think he did affect some mining in Canada,
right?
In Alberta a lot, which is good. Like, it'd be good money, but it's bad for the environment, and I don't think he really cares for the environment. And so he doesn't care about Canada, so.
Right.
But yeah.
And would you like to add anything to that about? And how about you?
I just think Obama's a better person.
Yeah.
A
more moral person.
I think he's honest. Like, I would actually trust his word.
Well, for someone who puts like profit over someone's human rights, should not be in office. Should not be in office. So many revolts have been about human rights, making our quality of life better, and they're just going to turn back to that.
That's the basis of support, and the economy second. Okay, great opinion. What do you think about the election tomorrow?
Well, I'm just telling you, I think Obama's going to be elected.
Okay, and will this have any effect on Canada?
Well, I don't see that anything going to be affected in Canada, but I think that would be better for Canada, for Obama to be elected.
Okay, so the first question would be, if you could vote tomorrow in the U.S. election, who would you vote for?
I would vote for Barack Obama.
And why would you do that?
I just agree with his policies and what he's all about.
Okay, have you studied this in school, or?
No, I just read up on the internet and seen some of his speeches. I really agree with Obamacare and
what do you dislike about the Republicans then?
Just most of their ideas and policies.
Okay. So the first question is, if you could vote in the American election, who would you vote for? And
Obama.
And why would you vote for Obama?
It just seems like he's a more sincere candidate. I just don't really, Romney just seems like he's very fake to me.
Okay, he's fake and...
It just seems fake to me. I don't see any authenticity in him, really. It's just that, and maybe it's just the media, but that's what I hear over the years. It's just that he's, the whole flip-flopping thing, that he says what needs to be said at the time.
And you feel that Obama is more interested in the people and the less rich, or the ordinary people, the middle class?
More so than Romney is. I don't necessarily think that any politician is just out there to do good for everyone, but I mean, he seems to, in my opinion at least, be more interested in doing a good job as opposed to making himself look good.
This question would be, if you could vote in the American election tomorrow, who would you vote for?
I would vote for Obama again. And the reason is that the main thing that I know he's going for is the health care for older people and younger people who is coming up. And also, the economy need a little change, and change isn't bad. It's just that if some people break down a little just to help others, it will be better, and that's the main thing.
Okay, and do we need such a change in Canada too?
In where?
In Canada, and our federal government as well. Do you think our federal government should go in the same direction? Our federal government is pretty conservative right now.
We need change, and they have to consider the younger kids coming up. Because basically, if they have to go into college, that's the main thing they're worrying over, how to pay back that money.
Right.
And they don't give them sufficient time. And if they don't get a job right away when they leave college, the interest always grows on it. So they just need that extra time. And if other people could just go down further just to help, because other people need help, and that's all we need, and it will benefit a lot.
Who would you vote for if you could vote in the American election tomorrow?
I would vote for Barack Obama.
And why?
Because he believes in the same stuff that I kind of believe in, like equality and equal marriage rights, and he believes he's more towards the middle class than Romney is, and I just think he'd be a better president. So.
And what about Canada? Could we have a similar type of split in votes? And would you vote for somebody who had similar goals in the Canadian federal election?
Similar goals to Obama in the Canadian election? Yes, I would. But again, here we already have most of the things that they're fighting for in America, which I think we're fortunate for.
I'd ask you, if you could vote, who would you vote for?
Obama.
And why?
Because I think, because of his background, I think he would have a more empathetic reasoning of other people. Because of his background. And because of where he's worked himself up from where he was to where he is now. Being a lawyer to being prime president.
And what are your objections or questions about Romney?
You know, I don't really know a lot. I haven't really followed him that closely because each one bickers against the other one. So it's always a battle because one says one thing, the other one says, well, this is the way I do it. So I just seem to think that he is the better candidate.
If you could vote in the American election, who would you vote for?
I think I'd probably vote for
Pardon?
what's the other guy?
There's Romney and Barack Obama. You'd vote for Romney? And why would you do that? I mean, what would be your vote for that?
I don't really know, but I just think Obama he seems to talk a lot without actually following through with his promises. But I know it's not an easy job. I mean, obviously it's difficult, but I think I would really go for the other guy.
Okay. If you could vote in the American election, who would you vote for?
Romney.
And why?
Because I don't think Obama has the business people on his side, and I think they need that to get going.
Okay, and have things gone badly so far in the United States?
What do you mean badly?
Politically, military, foreign policy, and...
I think financially they're in bad shape, and I think they need to fix it.
First question would be, if you could vote, who would you vote for?
It certainly wouldn't be Romney.
It would be, if you could vote, who would you vote for in the American election? Go ahead.
Reason, I guess, in terms of the last 4 years of what he's had to put up with. He came in with the economy. I think he's done as good as he can do in these 4 years, and I'd like to see him finish what he's started. Okay. For another 4-year term.
And which candidate do you think would have a better effect on Canada? Canada would do better with?
We would do better? Well, that's open to discussion, I think. In terms of what they have at the moment going on in the States, it's a financial problem. But I'm still going for it.
It would be, if you could vote in the American election, who would you vote for?
Well, I don't know a lot about it, but from what I've heard, I would probably vote for Obama.
And why?
It's mostly like, the reason is like the other option that's in the runway, it seems extremely conservative. And I don't agree with a lot of his opinions when it comes, especially when it comes to healthcare. Some things regarding like rights concerning women, immigrants, homosexuals. So because of that, I would probably vote for Obama.
If you could vote in the American election, who would you vote for?
I would vote for Obama.
And why would you vote for Obama?
I think he's just starting to turn the economy around after George Bush, and I don't think he's had enough time in 4 years to do the job set out to do. And I think that Romney is too much wealthy, and I think Obama is trying to help the underprivileged.
And would you think Obama or Romney would do better for Canada? Specifically, you think Obama would, okay. Irregardless of the pipeline issue, where Obama says no pipeline, Romney says yes to the pipeline.
I kind of think Romney says yes to anything just to get elected, and whether he really follows through with it. I'm not so sure.
If you could vote, who would you vote for in the U.S. election?
Obama, because I don't, certainly not Romney.
Anything in particular that...
He just seems to be taking a step backwards rather than,
On social programs?
Yeah, on everything. But yeah, the social thing.
Social primarily, not economic.
I think he said he even would want to reinstate Don't Ask, Don't Tell. That's a step back.
Okay. Great. Who would you vote for?
Obama.
And why?
Because he's only had 4 years in presidency, he still needs more years, and he's fair to change it if he wants to.
Okay. If you could vote in the U.S. election, who would you vote for?
If I could vote in the U.S. election, I would probably vote for Obama.
And why?
Because he has more of what I would call a rock star persona, in that he seems to connect better with the current generation. He seems to be more dialed into their needs, and is able to speak to that culture and cross those cultural barriers more than Romney seems to be able to.